What's up guys, Dark Dally here, and today I'm back at my Junkerific fortress here at Starlight, which I featured in a few videos, last week or something. And over the past week I've gotten a few questions from people who've seen the videos and, wanted to know how I did certain things, or they just had certain requests. And so I figured I would make this viewer special, and I might start doing this every week if I get enough people asking questions, that are, I can't really answer within the comments. And so that's what I'm doing here. I'm making this video to answer a few questions and show a few things, most of which focused around this settlement that you guys will remember. And so that's why I'm here. Now, I'm not really building on this settlement anymore, but I may come back here and build some more. I guess the first reason I'm here is a viewer commented on, I believe it was the last video I did here. No, it was the second to last video I did here. And he wanted to see if I could give a tour of his settlement. Now, I thought I did, but maybe I'm mistaken. So let's do that. And then I'm also going to go through the security system here, because if you were specifically wanted to see that, and I didn't really go over that. I just did a quick, thing of it. So I'm going to show how to build the security system that I have here. And then another viewer asked about the Bulletproof Greenhouse, which I did do a video on that, but I'll show that while I'm here. That's super easy. And then there's a couple other things. So this is my junk fortress here at Starlight Drive-In on a character I'm not really playing at the moment right now. And the whole idea here was, as I've said in my previous videos, this is all about no-nonsense defense. This is all about, it's not about trying to make it look ugly, but it's about putting things together and putting defense and practicality first, and not necessarily worried about matching textures and things like that. And this concept is based upon, an old abandoned military base that he found and then fortified. These two buildings right here were part of the original military base that I built here. And then the idea is that the sole survivor came upon this, and with bits and pieces of the Commonwealth, he built it into a secure place where he could, have a settlement and settlers and such. So this was kind of the entrance post or what have you to the military base, and I had some stuff in here. I tried to provide windows with good cover, so for defense and such like that. Now this door here, like all the doors that go to the exterior, it has a switch only on the inside, which you can control here, and with the main lockdown switch, which is attached to the alarm, that will also close this and the other external doors. Now this up here is like the watchtower kind of place. It's like a guard tower, and it has these custom-made security windows you can open and close, and so you can take cover and fire at attackers and stay safe. And that you can open or close one at a time so you're not exposed to fire from other directions. Oh, and of course my patented these things, yeah, so that you can throw or fire explosive projectiles and then close it back and be protected and still shoot your weapons through it. So these are kind of a cool idea. I do like these for ultimate security. Now, I'm not playing with immersive gameplay anymore. I was during this whole series of videos. I love immersive gameplay. I simply just turned it off because such an invasive mod. It was conflicting with a lot of things, and I make videos, doing builds and reviewing mods, and I can't have one mod that hogs, everything while I'm doing it. So unfortunately, I had to disable it. But if you are using immersive gameplay, defense is, a pretty important thing. Now, here's the back gate, and it's the same way as the front door. You can close it here, or let's open it back up. This is the main lockdown switch. Let me show this area a little bit. This is kind of the courtyard, which there's more stuff that I wanted to do here. Now this is the main lockdown switch. Hitting this switch closes this gate, and it closes that front door, and it closes off the area right here to the generator and the greenhouse. Now this has, every door has its own switch. This door has its own switch, and it's also controlled over there, and I'll show that alarm system once I get through here. So, okay, so back gate. This here is a watchtower, and this actually has its own video where I featured it called the Ugly Watchtower. A lot of this stuff that I'm showing is in other videos I've uploaded. I'll go up here anyway. A lot of you have already seen this. This guard tower is built to be high enough to get line of sight in any direction and over all the walls. And of course, you know, the screening and these doors, again, to protect from explosive projectiles. Pretty secure. I do really like this watchtower. Okay, so let's go back down. Actually, well, this part of the wall here has a walkway all the way around it, which you can enter here behind the entrance building up here. You can also access the walkway from the elevator and vice versa. Floor 2 takes you up to the catwalk, which goes around the perimeter of the wall with a nice guard post right here. And again, opening and closing doors. Defense is so important when you're running immersive gameplay, you know, because you can be attacked by literally, you know, 50 gunners. And I've had raids where 13 of those gunners were in power armor. So it's very important to have things like this to protect and such. Alright. Then I've cleared all this out, and I use Scrap That Settlement mod to scrap, you know, the maximum amount that I could out of this settlement. So that's why there's no rocks or anything here around this. It's just a nice little pond, water purifier. This here is where the settlers are. They live in this little area here, kind of sort of unfinished. I was going to do some vendors in here, which I didn't get to yet. I decided to use the Grey Garden planters in here because they take up less space, and I hadn't used them yet. I wanted to see how they looked. Now those come with Unlocked Settlement Objects mod. You know, so does a lot of stuff you see here is with Unlocked Settlement Objects. One thing to note about these planters, though, is that you can assign settlers to them, and they will produce food, but the settlers won't stand here and do their little, you know, harvesting animation. They'll wander around your settlement. So if you choose to farm with only these, you're going to have all your settlers in your face all the time because they won't be tending the crops. So, yeah, I won't be using these anymore unless... Well, no, that's obviously not been fixed because they're not here. Up here is where the settlers sleep. It is pretty darn basic. It really is. Largely because of shortage of room. You know, adding a wall all the way around your settlement really takes up a lot of allowance for your settlement size. So, and you know, this is just about basics. So the settlers, they sleep up here, and I have some basic things, you know, the weight bench and a barber because I like to get, you know, like to change my hair and whatnot. So down here we have the generator room. You know, it's important to protect that because the raiders will always, you know, go for that first. And then this is my Bulletproof Greenhouse, which I've made a couple of videos on. But if you haven't seen it, this object here is the Cola Cars cage, from Unlocked Settlement Objects. And it's in the Structures and Miscellaneous menu. Here, I will show you. Once my menu actually opens up, there we go. There we go. Okay, so here we are in the USO integrated menu, Structures, all the way down at the end. Miscellaneous buildings. Come on. There it is. And the Cola Cars cage. And what I did to make this greenhouse is I just used, you know, glitches. Use glitches or a mod or something, and, you know, you can overlap them, put them back to back like this. And this glass, you can see through it, but enemies and, you know, NPCs cannot see through it. It's completely, it's just a wall to them, which makes it, you know, well, bulletproof, as I said. So all the crops are completely protected in here. You can bombard the outside of this with flamethrowers and missiles all day long, and these crops will be perfectly safe. So I really like that. So yeah, I built this kind of like in a barn kind of thing here. A lot of this has kind of a barn or, you know, feel to it. So that's actually not it for the settlement. There's also this building here, which was part of the original military base. And here is this is still slightly unfinished. There's some more I wanted to do in here to decorate this. This is the, the garage area, I guess you could say. Of course, power windows. So you can see, or you can close those down if you're under attack, so you're not getting fire in here. And this goes back out near the settler area. All of my doors have these two-way switches, which I always use in my doors with the logic gate. I've shown this in videos before. If there's enough, if enough people want to know how to make a door with a switch on either side, I can make another video for that. It wouldn't be a bad thing to, make an updated video. The last time I made it, I had a fraction of the subscribers I have now, so a lot of people seeing my videos now may not have seen how to do these doors. Yeah, and that's why you don't want to do the Grey Garden planters, because then your settlers are standing everywhere in your face, talking at you. Up here this is my crafting area, again, unfinished. I kind of abandoned this build, and I got bored of it and moved on. But this was the crafting area up here. A little kitchen I started to make. And then I had more of these security windows. This did look out, into an area beyond the wall. This is before I built this, before I expanded the settlement to include the settler area, but it's cool. Has a little window there. And then also up here, this goes to the roof of the building. There are occasional enemies that spawn out there, so I put this window here. And then this is the roof, which I want to do something with it, and I just never really did, but I guess it's okay as it is. If you were to get attacked, this can make a decent place. And not just if you get attacked, but there, a lot of times there's mobs that well, as you can see from all the dead bodies, that is a spawn point for random, rust devils, super mutants spawn there. Sometimes wildlife spawns there. All kinds of stuff can spawn there. So this does make a decent vantage point. Alright, so that is this building here. It's amazing how much is in this small little settlement, because it's only made up of a couple buildings, but I think decent use was made of, this small amount of space that was here. So this is, a proper tour of the settlement, which I guess I never really totally got to. More objects from Unlocked Settlement mods. And the alarm system, which actually I should have by now edited the beginning of this video to say it's going to be a separate video. This tour has gone on too long, so I will make a separate video, and I will fulfill the other viewer requests, and yeah, go ahead and do those and show this security system, exactly how to piece it together. If you are curious, if you haven't seen this settlement before, and you are curious as to how any of this stuff was built, I will provide links to all the videos I've already made of this settlement, and I will put those in the description, or actually I'll put them on the screen as well. I may as well. I'll put them up in annotation so you can quickly get to those other videos to see the other aspects of the settlement, or at least how the stuff was made. And here is the settlement from the back. I believe I've pretty much gone over everything. I didn't really touch too much in the security system, but I'll show how that's made. And really, as I said, this button just simply locks it down and closes those 3 doors. There's really nothing else to show there. And alright. Oh yes, and I did finally get a mod that lets me move these things. These things are really... Oh wow, man, these things are heavy. Why are mole rats so darn heavy? Yeah, these things were here because I couldn't get rid of them. And I recently got a mod which, among other things, affects collision detection and allows you to move objects that would normally be too heavy. So I'll have to get back here and clean those up. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was fun to come back here and, reminisce over some of the fun stuff that I built. I will be making another video today. I'm going to go ahead and fulfill the other viewer questions, stuff they wanted to see. So I will catch you guys in the next video later today. Alright guys, my name is Dark Dally. I will catch you all next time.